We ought to talk about kids and flying, because that's, I'll tell you one thing, it's a huge shortage. You know, when you take a look at the number of commercial pilots they're going to need in the next 10 years, it's an amazing amount. And it's a great life. But the other thing is, kids look at more screen devices. You know, they get on the computer or they have a tablet and they're playing games on it. And they don't look at aviation the same way that we did when we were kids. Hi, my name is Rich Owen. I'm the Vice President of Seminole Flying and Soaring, the parent company for Seminole-Lake Gliderport. I'm a retired Navy fighter pilot flying the F-18 off aircraft carriers. And then after that, I spent 20 years at Delta Airlines as a large aircraft pilot. Started as a kid flying and had a great time, loved aviation, did it all my life. So when I was growing up, I got into aviation because of my father. He was a crew chief on a PBY Catalina during World War II. And he was able to start me off in flying. We did model airplanes and then moved into real airplanes. I got into gliding about 12 years ago. Actually, my horse vet took me to the airport, took me for my first glider ride, loved it, came here and got my rating. When you start in powered aircraft and you move into gliders, it's a unique feeling. You no longer have an engine up front to keep you aloft. You have to make so many more decisions to fly the aircraft, and the challenge is what I found exciting and very fulfilling. From glider flying, not only can you do it just to see the local area, but we also race these magnificent ships. So there's about 15 glider contests all over the United States a year. We start here at Seminole Lake in March 11th. We have the Senior Soaring Championship, where we have the largest single-class glider contest in the United States. So we'll have 60 ships and they'll fly for 7 days. When you're getting your pilot's rating, if you start off in a glider, one thing is the cost per flight hour for a glider is significantly less than what you'd pay for a powered aircraft. Powered aircraft are a little bit more complex. You've got a motor, you've got fuel to go into it, so the fixed costs for the aircraft are significantly higher. In a glider though, the costs are a lot cheaper. The airplane's not as complex, but you're still doing the same things in a glider that you're doing in a powered aircraft. You're still banking the aircraft. You're still maintaining an airspeed. You're still doing landings. You're getting the picture of the aircraft in flight. And all of the decisions that you make in an aircraft, you're practicing in a glider, which is significantly cheaper. Overall, when you get to the powered aircraft, your instructor will look at you and he'll go, "Mike, what a great pilot. You're just starting off in this aircraft?" And then you have to confess to him that you're a glider pilot, and he'd probably say, "Well, that figures. You're a much better pilot." Seminole-Lake Gliderport has been here for 33 years. The company has actually been in operation for 52 years. We started off in Oviedo, Florida, which is on the east side of the city of Orlando. And we moved over here 33 years ago because the airport that we operated out of actually closed. They became a neighborhood. The owner then bought the land, developed it into the Seminole-Lake Gliderport, and that's where we're sitting right now. We're kind of a unique situation because we're on a 3,000-foot grass strip. It's a private airport, but we allow people to come in and visit with us. And also folks that are powered pilots that want to get their glider rating, it's very easy for them to fly in, take their lesson, and then fly their aircraft out. It makes it a unique situation. Also, for families that want to come down, we have accommodations on the property. So we have a double wide trailer and a couple of apartments in our clubhouse. We also have RV parking in our parking lot. So if you have an RV or a camper, you can stay with us where we have water and power. But it's a really nice place. We've been here for a long time, and we provide a great service for the aviation industry. For most of the pilots that come down, or most of the people that come down to get their pilot's rating, if it's an initial course, normally people that live within the local area will come down and take a lesson, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, and they'll do that for about 3 months, and that'll get your rating. If you want to stay on the airfield and have concentrated instruction, we can get your pilot rating done in basically 3 to 4 weeks, depending upon the weather. So obviously if we get 1 week of weather of rain, then we don't fly in the rain, then it's a little bit harder. But if you're already a powered pilot and you want to get a glider add-on rating, you normally get that in about 5 days. And that's still depending upon the weather, but it's not really a problem at all. Since I started flying as a kid, the one thing I'd like to see is more young adults to get into aviation, and especially into glider flying. We have a lot of folks that come out here and work at the airport. During the contest, we'll have people that will be running the line, running wings, hooking up the glider to the tow plane, and after a few years, they end up getting their powered rating, and there are tow pilots. Then there are instructors teaching people. And since that time frame, we've actually had a number of our young adults move on to professional aviation careers. So we have fighter pilots, we've got tanker pilots. We also have several folks that are actually working for the major airlines right now that started their aviation career at Seminole Lake. The amount of aviators that the commercial airlines are going to need in the next 10 years is a dramatic goal for young adults. It's a great job, it pays a good amount of money, and it's fun. Before COVID, we actually had a single-seat aircraft that we would have the youngsters out on the line, and then at the end of the day we say, okay, give us $5, you can fly the airplane as long as you want. And then whoever fell out of the sky first, then the other guy got in there. So it was all based on your ability to stay up. Okay. And we didn't charge them for it, but unfortunately we sold the aircraft, and we don't have that available. But what we do is we take the kids up in our high-performance two-seaters and show them what racing ships really do. So we've had several kids, when they get their solo, when they get their rating, as kind of a plus, they get a ride in the two-seater, and we go take them on a long flight. Please visit Seminole-Lake Gliderport. You can find us on SOAR FL, that's SOARFL, like SOAR, Florida. Or you can call the office at 352-394-5450. So reach us, contact us, come by and go for a ride.